Good morning, everyone. Thanks for starting your day with us here on Sunrise. I'm Melissa Raymond alongside Dustin Grove, and Kelly said it. I think we're finally getting the dry out we've been wanting. We just spoke with the Lawrence fire chief, and he did confirm that they found a body in a retention pond, and that pond is here in this subdivision. It's all really ramped up over the last couple of weeks, so we're going to walk you through this timeline of how things transpired here. I do want to start with December 27. Doctors in Texas work to confirm if another case of coronavirus has landed here in the United States.
That's right.
Well, we know that more than 3,000 truck drivers are expected to lose their jobs. And what makes this even worse is that, yes, it's coming right before Christmas. And it's a little warmer than yesterday, but we're in store for another wintry mix this weekend. Yeah. Here's what people are saying, and don't worry, I was worried. No spoilers here. The whole episode focused on Randall, and one person says the world doesn't deserve Randall Pearson. Of course, we're not giving any spoilers because, like me, I did not stay up late enough to watch it, but your wife loves this show as well.
We love it.
Citizens Energy closed the road due to sewer work, and they're trying to avoid the sinkhole problems we saw a couple years ago. Mimi, the closure could cause some issues this morning, huh? Yeah, we'll also be learning whether last year's worked. Matt's live in Indianapolis to share what we know so far. Good morning, Matt. Breaking overnight, the Senate wraps up after nearly 13 hours of debate on the impeachment trial rules. Those rules drew immediate protests from Democrats. The debate finally wrapped up shortly before 2 this morning with a vote along party lines. Okay, this is a live look now at Capitol Hill this morning, where opening arguments are set to happen later on today. The rules for those changed yesterday, and we're going to break down the timeline of where things go from here coming up at 5:30. First up, stores in Indiana will face tougher penalties for selling tobacco to anyone under 21. It's part of a bill to raise the smoking and vaping age from 18 to 21. That would make sure Indiana conforms with the new federal law. On the Health Beat this morning, many of the active ingredients in sunscreen are being absorbed into your body, but the FDA says you should not stop using sunscreen. It's still safe. Here's how this study worked. The FDA had 48 people apply sunscreen from 4 different products for a week, and they say you still need sunscreen to prevent skin damage, especially when you don't think the sun's out. You still need to have
it happened to this guy.
Today, the World Health Organization is meeting to determine if it's an international risk. We've seen a lot of Facebook comments from you guys at home asking about the symptoms and how it all starts. We're digging a little more into the background of this virus, with where it came from and why doctors are so concerned about it. That's going to be coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's check in with Chuck for your morning forecast. A little cool, but warm up soon. Also today, Indy's new top cop is outlining plans to tackle crime and make a difference in 2020. Now to a story that's blowing up online overnight. Whether embattled NFL star Antonio Brown could face battery charges after a strange 911 call to his home. Here's what happened here. Police believe Brown and his trainer, Glenn Holt, beat up a truck driver at Brown's Hollywood home yesterday. So this crime happened here at this house right behind me, and you'll notice there isn't any police lights or crime tape up anymore because they cleared out of here about an hour and 15 minutes ago. And at first we were kept a little bit down the road here on Mechanicsburg Road, but here's what it kind of looked like when we first got here. The Henry County Sheriff's Office is handling this investigation with some help from state police. We're told they got here around 10:30 last night, so they were here for about 5.5 hours. I'd say. So again, we're told at this time, all we're being told is that the Henry County Sheriff's Office is investigating a double murder-suicide. They do believe that a man killed his wife and his daughter before turning the gun on himself. At this time, no names are being released because obviously it's still very early on in this investigation. So we're going to stay on top of this, and as soon as we get any more details that we think you should know, we'll be sure to get them right to you. Losing a loved one hurts. Sometimes you never get to say goodbye or express your love. But this Sunday on WTHR Weekend Sunrise, we'll show you how a group of people got to do both as we introduce you to a ray of sunshine in an unexpected place at a Celebration of Life service. Love for Miriam Saka brought hundreds of people to this church.
No parent should ever have to do this.
One by one, family members and friends
just love you guys.
shared memories of a teenager.
You have shown me grace through all of this.
Diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, bone cancer, at 12.
Honestly, I've had a hard time coming up with what I'm going to say.
No one really knows what to say at a funeral for a 17-year-old.
It's really awesome to like look out on this sea of people.
Not even the 17-year-old.
Thank you all for being here to celebrate my life. So yes, there's tears, but we are celebrating because I didn't have to have 17 years, but I did. And I'm thankful for every day that I get.
4 years ago, Miriam felt a lump in her leg.
And we kept thinking it was growing pains.
The lump turned out to be a rare malignant bone tumor. And so the fight began. Chemotherapy, radiation, surgeries.
Have been through hell and back multiple times.
Back in January, doctors found a new mass and needed to remove half of her lung.
But then in August, we found another one. Yeah. So, and this one is growing quite quickly and is in a place where we can't get to it. At this point, we're looking at a few more months. And love you. A few more months.
So what do you do with a finite amount of time you love?
Just say something real quick about my daughter and how awesome she is.
You live life.
I do mourn for the life that I won't get to live. The whole graduating high school and college and getting married and everything. That is something that I've had to work through. But if I don't get up every day and live that day like it could be my last, then if it is my last, I would have regretted it.
And you either cry or you laugh.
I would rather stay home, watch Hallmark, and crochet than do anything else. That's not 17, that's 71.
If you're Miriam, you focus on the first 3 letters of the word funeral. And you throw a party to die for.
It started off as a joke.
This kind of turned into my funeral.
Yeah, it's not a funeral, it's a
Funeral.
funeral.
We decided that we're just going to celebrate her in the most morbid way possible.
It's my wish to be cremated, so we're having barbecue. Dirt cake, it's just an easy one.
Miriam, in her infinite 17-year wisdom, said, "Mom, plan it like it's my graduation party. That I can do."
And good thing. Since there did end up being that life experience to celebrate here on Earth.
By the authority invested in me by the Board of the School Trustees of Carmel Clay Schools and the state of Indiana, I confer upon you the degree of diploma, a graduate of Carmel High School. Congratulations.
There's no doubt in my mind that she's going to keep on making goals until she takes her last breath.
And I'd love to have more time here. I would love if there was a magical cure. But I cannot wait to get to heaven.
Eventually our family will be reunited. That's our hope. And so I'd rather trade 60 or 70 years here for eternity.
During Miriam's eulogy, she shared so many words of wisdom, including no one is guaranteed tomorrow, say your I love yous and your I'm sorries now. And then in typical Miriam fashion, she cracks a joke. Her humor shines right through. And she said, you know what? Every once in a while, make sure you treat yourself. Yes. Yes. So at the dessert table they had, there was this little sign that also said, life's too short, eat dessert first.